Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Contemplation is a thinking process. Worry is also a thinking process. That thinking process by which we get entangled in our own thinking is called as worry. And that thinking process by which we are able to get out of our own thinking catch is called as contemplation. See? The foreign material like bacteria enters our body is a foreign body. The medicine is also a foreign body. The first foreign body called as the bacterial germs is creating problem. So what we do, we introduce another foreign body called as the medicine by which the first foreign body is taken care of. Thereafter that is also left, and what remains is the health. In the same manner, when we are interacting with the world, our attention is where? Is it in the world or is it within us? So when I interact with the world and my attention is in the world, then it is called as worrying. And when I interact with the world but my attention is on the peace of my mind, then I am contemplative. Contemplation is a thinking process by which we dissolve the process of thinking. Worry is a thinking process by which we encourage thinking. And it is this thinking process alone which takes us away from ourselves or brings us back to ourselves. Normally what we do, we react with the world. Reaction is going away from yourself. Action is being with yourself. See? Suppose now I am talking to you. And if my talk is an action, then I will be contemplative in my expression. If my talk is a reaction, then I will take somebody had said something good or bad to me, and on the basis of that I will go on pounding. That is called reaction. Therefore, if we are living in this world, we have to first basically understand that we only act. We don't react. First step. In action there is no sin, there is no merit. In reaction there is nothing but sin. See? Like an actor on the stage, he acts. And therefore he neither gathers the sin nor the merit. Then what he gathers? A lot of money, popularity, name and fame. In the same manner, if we only act in our life, not react, we will also gather name and fame and everything. And once this habit is changed from reacting to acting, then the net result is we are no more disturbed by the world. See? And when we are no more disturbed by the world, then alone we can go into analyzing our own experiences. Mundakopanishad tells, Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat na asti akritaha krutena tadvijnanartham gurumeva vikachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat. If we re-evaluate our past life, till date, whatever we have done, if we re-evaluate, nirvedamayat, we are bound to end up in dispassion. See, how much we have struggled to fulfill our desires? One desire fulfilled. Have we discovered fulfillment? No. Then second desire fulfilled. Have we discovered fulfillment? No. The third desire fulfilled. Have we discovered fulfillment? No. And yet we don't learn that fulfillment of the desires is not going to lead to fulfillment in life. And once we learn this, then we have become contemplative. See? Now such a one is no more disturbed by fulfillment of the desires or no fulfillment of the desire. It makes no difference. Because what is important is our peace of mind. That is important. Now, such a seeker, he is now analyzing his own life. Waking experience begins the moment we are identified with the gross body. After identification with the gross body, we become mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, in-law, outlaw. If we are not identified with the gross body, we are none of these burdens on ourselves. This is coming from here or there? From there, I think. See? Therefore, all the problems of the waking world are only when we are identified with the gross body. So what should be spiritual practice? Let us not live as gross body, but let us live through the gross body. See the difference? When I live as gross body, then I am a man, woman, young, old, etc., etc. But when I am living through the gross body, then I am someone other than the gross body. See, all our relations and relational problems are valid only with reference to our body identification. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, in the deep sleep, na tatra mata mata bhavati, na tatra pita pita bhavati. In the deep sleep, we are neither mother, father, brother, sister, young, old, none we are. And therefore, in the deep sleep, we all unanimously experience bliss. So we have seen the earlier two stages, waking and dream. Today, we will try to sleep. See? Now, in this sleep experience, exactly what happens? One by one points I will give you, and when we are able to smuggle these points in the waking state, then we are living in meditation. Extension of the deep sleep experience into the waking state without sleeping is called as meditation. Oh God! See? So what are the things that happen in deep sleep? Step number one. In the deep sleep, we are Mr. Nobody. See? Because we are Mr. Nobody, we have no desires. See? A young boy studied, educated, got a nice job. There was nothing wanting in him. So happy, free he was. But starts thinking, what a life without a wife. And falls victim to his own suggestion. Gets married. After marriage, within 1 week he comes to know, what a life because of the wife. See? So, when we are clear about this, that in the deep sleep we are nobody, therefore no desires. Be very attentive. In Kathopanishad it comes. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yasya vridishritaha atha martyaha amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute. When we live at zero desire level, no more desire. Desire-free existence is God realization. See? When the desires come and when desires don't come. When I am identified with one body, I have a sense of incompleteness. When I recognize the world as other than me, I imagine that if these things are with me, I may become complete. That imagination is called as desire. So how the desire is born? Desire is born after the body identification, a sense of incompleteness prevails. See, friends, in the deep sleep, we are no more identified with the gross body, so no sense of incompleteness. Now the third experience of deep sleep. This may shock many of you. In our waking experience, we are all separate from each other. Don't touch me, sit separate. You know? The same thing, my waking is different from your waking experience. My dream experience is different from your dream experience. But in the deep sleep, our experience is common and we all have only one deep sleep experience. Because in deep sleep, there is nothing like your deep sleep and my deep sleep. No. In the deep sleep, when the sense of otherness has disappeared, where is the place for you versus me? See? So in deep sleep, we are all one. There is no sense of otherness. There is no sense of incompleteness. Therefore, there is no desire pressure. And therefore, only one experience of bliss. And this bliss is not of possessions, but of non-possessiveness. See, friends, with this, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. This is the meaning. See? Now what is the reason that there is such a qualitative difference between the deep sleep and the waking and the dream? The only reason is, in the deep sleep experience, we are existing but not through the mind or the senses or the gross body. See? It is something like, try to understand this through this example. When a wave is born on the sea, that is my favorite pastime. I can go and watch the sea hours together. And the ocean has taught me a million things. So many waves. The waves will be fighting among them. One big wave coming and eating the younger one, this thing, that thing. But when the wave dies away, where does it go? To the ocean. Be very attentive. Waves are troubling us on the ocean only when we are on the surface. See, when you go little deep, not too much, even if 10 feet deep you go into the water, the waves have no impact on us. In the same manner, in the depth of our own knowledge, there are no waves of thoughts. So deep sleep is like diving deep into the ocean. On the surface there are waves of waking experiences, dream experiences, but in the depth of it there is one homogeneous experience of being blissful. This bliss of our depth personality is uninfluenced by the waking and the dream. So what is meditation? Meditation is abiding in this experience although you are playing the game of waking and the dreams. See? So all that we have to practice in this contemplation on Om is this. First, get rid of the gross body identification. Second, get rid of all the desires. These are the two steps. If you have got a small little desire, you cannot sleep peacefully. Suppose you have to catch a morning flight, 6 o'clock flight, 4 o'clock you have to report. So 3:30 you have to leave home, and therefore you go to sleep at 8 o'clock, and after every 10 minutes you see that one single thought doesn't allow us to remain in sleep, is it not? We have a very rich balance of thoughts. See? And therefore, as long as there are desires gurgling in our heart, we cannot enjoy the blissful experience. See? Now, in deep sleep, is it a gain? In deep sleep we are nobody, so all that we have become in our whole life is gone. We are neither rich nor poor, so all our achievements and failures have disappeared. We are there neither a Hindu, a Muslim, a Christian, so all our religious affiliations have disappeared. See? In fact, deep sleep is an experience of total loss. And yet, every one of us want to go to the sleep. See? Now, why we want to go to sleep? Because this seeming loss is a requirement, a prerequisite for attainment of the absolute gain. When we are caught up in small little stuff, the higher cannot be achieved. See, friends. Therefore, when we talk about contemplation on Om, is this understanding. So, the first part of Om is referring to the waking. Waking begins with the gross body identification. Thereafter the whole samsara begins. So the first step will be, by whatever technique we are able to attain freedom from gross body identification, that is spiritual practice. Second thing is the mind or the dream experience. Mind is the seat where desires are gurgling. So when we no more entertain and struggle for fulfilling any desire, so we don't want anything to happen according to our choice. Whatever happens is very good. See, this is what I do when I go to people's place. Before eating only I tell, the food is very good. Because afterwards you have to tell the lies. There is no good telling lies. So in the same manner, we have to live in this life in this simple, whatever is there, perfectly alright, very good. Give yourself a zero choice existence and see the joy of it. See, the last instruction or upadesha given by Bhagavan Sri Krishna to Uddhav before he concluded his life is this: do not praise anybody, do not condemn anybody. And the teacher tells there, whenever you praise or condemn anything or anybody, you have given a status of reality to that. See, have we ever praised our shadow? See, my shadow is so lucky, the other day I went to the temple, it fell on Lord Shiva directly. No. Yeah, you are so lucky. The other day I went, and on my shadow, a truck went and I felt so bad. Oh God! See? We don't even invest one single thought about the shadow because it is just an appearance, it is not real. See? In the same manner, in this world, Ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav. Bhagavad Shankaracharya says, Shatrau mitre putre bandhav. Ma kuru vigraha sandhav. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Be friendly with everybody, but don't be a friend to a friend. You will be tied down. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha. See? In this attitude, when we start living our life, we are slowly erasing the wrinkles of desire on the surface of the mind. See? And we imagine our desire fulfillment is something good. It is bad. Whenever our desire is not fulfilled, understand it is a God's grace. It is not a disgrace. See? The other day, I went to somebody's place in Bombay. That girl got married just before I came here. Very sweet girl. She was working in some finance company. Very bright. So she used to come for my talks, and after almost 2 years, her number came in the queue. So I could go to her house for food, dinner. So I went to her house. Naturally, they have prepared all big things, and everything. So after I did that, all, arti and every kind of thing, mala and everything. And I said, Swamiji, I want, this mother told, Swamiji, my daughter wants to do pada puja, washing your feet and all that. I said, no, they are clean, I am No, earlier days what used to happen, people used to walk, Mahatmas used to walk a lot. and therefore, their feet were dirty. So grahasthas are very chalu. So they never wanted the dirt of the market to come to their house. They say, Maharaji, we do Pada Puja. Nothing like that. Only washing their feet and they're coming. One girl asked me this question, Swamiji, when you come, why mummy shows you the light like this thing? So I told her, look here, in the earlier days, Mahatmas used to walk the whole day. By the time they reach anybody's house, it is evening, it is dark. And there was no electricity. The thieves and the Mahatmas look alike. Then how to find out? So, the mother-in-law, she will go with the lamp in the hand and show as if she is doing the arti, but then there is a message given to the daughter-in-law. I think it looks okay. Nothing like arti. So, I said, no need to wash my feet. Then that girl, this mother said, Swamiji, but she desires, tichi ichha hai. She desires, that she should wash your feet. I said, tomorrow she may desire to get married to me. So what? Do you think desire has got any end? See, fulfillment of the desire is not the spiritual life. Rising above the desire is the spiritual life. Be very attentive. There are two types of Mahatmas. One type of Mahatma will help you fulfill your desire, and around such Mahatmas you will see congregation in millions, because your desires are fulfilled. And fulfillment of the desire is getting caught up in this relative world. We want to get out of this relative world. How many lives we have fulfilled our desires? Have we discovered fulfillment? And yet we are unable to recognize the real spiritual life is not fulfilling the desires, but going beyond all the desires. See? Therefore, no Vedantic teacher worth his name will ever encourage any disciple to hang around him. Study Vivek Chudamani there, after the instructions were given to the disciple, then the student goes his way, the teacher goes his way. They don't hang on to each other. Guru Maharaj, lift me. He is not a mule guru. See, a freedom is granted. It is not tying down. Otherwise, now you are my disciple. If you go to some other Mahatma, it will be a Guru Droha, and then you will go to hell, and then I will have to come there to lift you. No. Spiritual life is not living in fear psychosis. Freedom from fear. There is nothing that you have to gain in this world. There is nothing that you have to lose in this world. See, friends. Living in that wisdom is called as sleeping while we are awake. See? Therefore, first step, body disidentification. Second step, going beyond this desire fulfillment. Again and again recognize this. How many things we have collected in our house. The other days I went to somebody's place. Swamiji, we are planning to extend our house by one more room because there is no space here when somebody comes. I said, you will extend the room, but then for that room you will again bring some furniture. Then again you will have to go outside the room. So you are constructing the additional rooms for the furniture or for you. See? How many things we keep on collecting, and there is no end to it. So throw that old lungi, nahi, kaam aayegi. Even the useless things we don't want to throw, keep on accumulating. Therefore, let the desires be not entertained. Then when you don't have any entertainment of desire, you are by default happy. See? The other day, I was in Bombay, I came from England, and my luggage was coming little late, so my friend phoned me. Swamiji, where are you? I said, I am standing with my friend Murphy. You know Murphy? There is one Murphy's Law book. There are 3 volumes. And the first law of Murphy is, if something can go wrong, it will. And that Murphy is in my Kundali in all the 12 houses. So wherever I go, there is Murphy with me. Before coming to Australia, Murphy was with me. After going to this Queenstown, from there coming over here, we went to the airport and the flight got cancelled. So I said, Om Murphy Maharaj ki Jai. See? That day directly from the airport I came, ran to bath and I came over here. So once you take life in this stride, all that happens in life is exactly what is required. See? The mind remains free from all tensions, worries, frustration. See? Then we don't get caught up into cause and effect. Now third stage I am taking you. In Dakshinamurti Stotra, Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Vishvam Pashyati Karya Karanataya. The world comes into existence only when cause and effect becomes operative. Vishvam Pashyati Karya Karanataya Swami Sambandhataha. Then we start establishing the relationship, the Swami, the servant, Shishyacharyataya, the Guru and the disciple, Putra Putrat, Pita Putratmana Bhedataha, the father and the son, and thus the whole world is nothing but a relational existence. And these relations are only a mental block. See? Relations have no reality behind. They are just only convenient adjustments, that's all. See? You must have seen, when some old couple, suppose, the man is dying, and then this lady says, no, I can't think I can live without him. Oh, no, don't die. Oh God, save him, and he dies. Because he never listened to her. And when he dies, and this lady was telling, I can't live without him, and continues to live 99 not out. So these dialogues are to be said, but they should not be meant. See? Therefore, friend, let us get out of this load of desires that we carry. After the load of desire is given up, then where we got up, the third catch is the cause and effect, cause and effect. Don't create stories. We create stories. See? I went there on the railway station and I didn't know anything and I was then somebody came and he did like this thing and then I got to do what next? Then again I went to the next station, I waited, nobody came. Don't create all these imaginary stories. You know why I am telling you? Because we come across many people. One couple came and they were complaining about each other to me, and their complaint was, Swamiji, we are both the disciples of the same Guru Maharaj. And when he is sitting for meditation, he sees the lights and all that, and I don't see any light. Now tell me, it is right? I said, what is right? Light or you? So why I don't see the light? I said, maybe he is bulb, you are tube light. It will come later. Wait for Therefore, never talk about your spiritual meditation experiences to anybody, and if somebody is telling you, go to bathroom. Don't listen to that. Otherwise you start, अच्छा तुमको light दिखा, कौन सा लाल, मुझे हरा दिखा. See, yours will be a colorful meditation then. Don't get into that. And therefore, let there be zero competition. We have not to compare with anybody. We don't have to find out the cause and effect. Sometimes when you go and sit for meditation, the mind doesn't cooperate. Never mind. Give some other job. Chant whole Bhagavad Gita. Or read something or write something. And that's it. क्यों नहीं होता डायरेक्ट सामने बेस्ट. See, don't do that. Educate the mind rather than compelling the mind. And in this manner, slowly, we will be able to distinctly experience. Be very attentive. Objects are away from me as compared to the senses. Senses are away from me as compared to the mind. The thoughts are away from me as compared to the mind. The mind is away from me as compared to the consciousness. Objects disappear when body disidentification happens. Thoughts disappear when deep sleep happens. And the conscious existence never disappears, ever remains the same. In this conscious existence, the waking, the dream, the deep sleep, these are like the clouds. They come, dance, shower, go. In this conscious space, nothing can be added, nothing can be removed. This infinite blissful self is our essential nature. This is indicated by the Chatushpad, the fourth quarter. In Purusha Sukta it comes. Atyatishtat dashangulam. The truth is 10 fingers beyond what we perceive. So what we perceive? Waking, dream, deep sleep. Just 10 fingers, little more than that. Like the space is 10 fingers more than the north, east, west, south. North, east, west, south, these are conditioned expressions of the infinite space. In the same manner, waking, dream, deep sleep, these are the conditioned expressions of the infinite conscious existence. When we are logic oriented, it is waking experience. When we are confusion oriented, it is dream experience. When we are ahankar oriented, it is deep sleep experience. When we are chitta oriented, we are in samadhi experience. All these four experiences belong to the mind stuff, and all of them are illumined by the same conscious existence. It doesn't matter for the light which is illuminating, whether it is illuminating furniture or the living beings or their activities or their total absence. It makes no difference to the light. In the same manner, this conscious existence that we are remains untouched, uninfluenced. by any of these experiences that come and go. To have firmness in abidance in this reality, find out an answer to this question. When I say, I had a good sleep, but thereafter I had a very bad dream, what should I do? Now, who says this statement? Find out. The waker cannot say that I had a bad dream, because the dream was dreamed by the dreamer, not by the waker. The waker cannot say that I had a good sleep, because in the deep sleep waker was absent. Yet this statement is said. Now find out. There must be some factor which is in the deep sleep, experiencing the deep sleep but not sleeping, experiencing the bad dream but was not a dreamer, and experiencing the waking experience but is not influenced by the limitations of the relativity. The common denominator is the ever present. All other waking experience, waking world and Mr. Waker disappears with the waking state. So is the case with the dream and the deep sleep. Because of these three states, the reality is called as fourth, Turiya. But in fact, it is not fourth, it is the only one, which is permeating in and through the three. This is called as amatra. Amatra is what? A, U, Ma, when we chant Om, Om. So the silence which follows the chanting of Om is that. So that which is giving existence to the absence is the reality. Take this example. There are two objects, this mobile phone and this camera. Why they are two? Because in between both of them are absent. Therefore they are two. So camera is recognized as existing and this mobile phone is recognized as existing. In between, in that absence, the one who is eliminating the absence is existing. Otherwise, how can we authenticate the absence unless it is certified by the presence? That is why when you are chanting Om, 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 this eternal presence is present in the absence of the sound as well as in the presence of the sound. The sound appears, begins, stays and disappears. But this eternal existence never begins, never ends. This is the meaning of the amatra, the silence that follows after the chanting of the Om. Means when you remove the waking, the dream and the deep sleep. What remains? Nothing? No. Everything. We supported all the three qualities of experiences. That eternal presence is the ultimate meaning of O. See? When we recognize the meaning of Om subjectively as our being, we are contemplative. When we understand the meaning of Om objectively, so that we can tell others, मालूम है Om क्या होता है? बैठो. Then that is only erudition, scholarship, knowledge and understanding. It has nothing to do with experience. See? Therefore, in our scriptures it is said that Shravana, listening to the teacher, is the first step. By reading books, you can never learn anything. There was one person who, today we were sitting, asked a question. Swamiji, when there are books available, why we should require a living guru? Question was asked. So I looked at him, did not reply the question, and then I was talking to some other person. A deliberate indifference. Again, after some time, Swamiji, you are not replying my question. So again I looked at him. Again he explained his question. Maybe it was difficult for me to understand. After that, again I remained indifferent, I didn't reply. Then he became wild. Swamiji, you are insulting me. I said, now I wanted a pressure to be developed. Now you have developed a sufficient pressure. Now I can play tabla well, When you have to play tabla, it should have a proper tension, is it not? If there is no proper tension, you put a hand in, it goes into a donation box. No, it should be tight. Then only the dum-dam comes out. Is it not? So, I said, look here. When everything is given in the book, why don't you ask this question to the book? Why are you asking me? So, in not giving you the answer, I have given you the answer. But you don't have the capacity to get the message from the world. Till such time, you are required to reach the teacher. See, Bhagwan Dattatreya, he had 24 gurus. Not a poverty. Apna to ek hi guru hai. Daridri. The whole world is our guru. In India, every truck is our guru. Because behind every truck there is wisdom. There is no dust and all kind of emissions. There is only wisdom. See? बुरी नजर वाले अपनी नजर टेस्ट करा ले. Don't complain. In one place I read something beautiful, that Neki kar kuएं में डाल is a Punjabi proverb, by which what is meant is do good and forget. Don't calculate. I have done so much, forget about it. That is called as Neki kar kuएं में डाल. So on one truck it was written, Neki kar jute kha. Further, नेकी कर जूते खा, मैंने खाए तू भी खा. It doesn't matter where from you learn. What is important is you are learning. If you take Bhagavad Gita in your hand, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Ma Shuchaha. Don't worry. Swamiji, क्या होता है भगवान को worry नहीं करने के, लेकिन मेरी बीबी ऐसी, अरे राम राम. So what is the use of that Bhagavad Gita which is not coming in our life? And if this simple sentence from a truck comes in your life, that is our real guru rather than Bhagavad Gita. See, the process of learning is the most essential on the spiritual path. Learn from every experience. Every experience is our guru. If we don't learn from our experience, even God will fail to teach us. See, if I have a shock in my childhood, electricity shock, and then I become electrical engineer, and thereafter I go to the office, and whenever I see the holy things, I want to go and put my fingers. I don't know what happens, Swamiji. Whenever I see the holes, I feel like putting my fingers and I get a shock. What should I do? Do I deserve sympathy or a ridicule? See? If a child does this thing, he deserves sympathy. But after having known, Swamiji, वो तो सब ठीक है, लेकिन there is no लेकिन. See? Therefore, friends, we have to learn from every experience of our life. If our one day goes without learning one thing for our life, we have wasted that day. Just try this. Every day we decide to learn one principle. Within 1 year, you will be 365 plus wise. See? But we don't learn. And then we have only complaints about this or that. And that is why this absolute reality that we are, we miss it. You know why the Lord is not in a hurry? Even if we don't recognize, Lord knows that I am anyway there. Why worry? Let him suffer. See? Therefore, it is in our interest that we contemplate on this Om in this proper understanding. And thereafter, you will discover every day a new technique of meditation. Don't practice meditation as a drill. सीधे बैठो. See. Now close the right nostril and fill in. Hold for half an hour. Meditation is not a drill. It is living in wisdom. The more you become aware, the more you are living in wisdom. See? It is not a struggle at a physical level. It is not a torture at a mental level. It is a bliss at the absolute level. There are no blisters. There is no misery on the spiritual path. See, friends. So when we contemplate on Om, take the life in its entirety. Not only waking state, and within the waking state, one useless relationship. See? Husband, wife, brother, mother, father, sister, enough of it, enough. See? And once we thus become dispassionate through wisdom, when somebody comes, wonderful. Somebody doesn't come, super wonderful. The other day, somebody was going, Swamiji, I am going, came to do namaskar. I said, thank God. What? I said, thank God for everything. See, in this manner, pass through the world without creating dents and accidents. Live cheerfully and happily. That is called as contemplation on Om. Contemplation on, मालूम है? हाँ, सीधा. There are three planes of consciousness. One is called as waking, one is called as dreaming, third is क्या आएगा? That time I was sleeping. No. And when you start living this knowledge, every moment is a moment of celebration. There is no calibration in life. See, calibration is valid only in the relative world. In the absolute world, all our mathematical calculations become null and void. See? Therefore, let us come back to our own self and remain there without telling others. There was a Mahatma who prayed to the Lord, "Oh Lord, when I look at the world, I see the miserable people full of diseases. I feel I should do something for them. So please bless me. Even a drop of blood of mine should be able to cure their any disease." Lord said, "Tathastu." Now when you have got this any power, you cannot keep quiet. You have to exhibit that. See? There was a Sindhi. Sindhis normally don't sing. Have you heard any Sindhi singer? No. So there was one Sindhi. I went to their house for food. Only two of them, husband and wife. And I said, "Mama, lagao khana. Put the food." "Swamiji, 10 minutes. I said, "Okay." Then husband said, "Swamiji, wait a minute." He got his harmonium on the dining table. I said, "Look here, I don't play harmonium." No, I will play." And then he said, "I have recently learned Sa Re Ram 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 Ram." When you know something, you have to exhibit. You can't keep quiet. In the same manner, this Mahatma got the blessing from the Lord that his drop of blood will cure somebody. Like those who are practicing free homeopathy, they go from home to home. घर में सब ठीक तो है ना? Is everything? Nobody is ill. अरे because they have to practice that, sabudana khichdi. So, this man went, somebody came, "Mahatmaji, you see, I got this thing, that thing, don't worry, beta, come near." And he did little prick, blood came, and suck. So he sucked the blood of the arm. And overnight he became perfectly all right. Do you think he'll keep quiet? टन 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 अपने यहाँ के महात्मा के खून से सब रोग ठीक हो जाते हैं. टन टन टन. Any disease can be cured by the blood of the Mahatma. Next day, a long queue. No, the Mahatma was thinking, how much blood I have. So, Mahatma ran away from there and went to the Lord. "Oh Lord, please take it away." See, live in this absolute truth without meddling with the world. The Lord knows His job better than we can suggest Him. Let goodness happen through you as His will. Not I want to do something good to the society. No, friends. When we become qualified, He will choose us and He will function through us the way He designs, not we design. See, friends, this way, when we allow the divinity to express through us in its full glory, then we understand the meaning. Action without an actor, knowledge without the knower, and the joy without an enjoyer is divinity in action. Living in that wisdom all the time is called as contemplation on Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.